All right, guys, we're back in here next day working on the Mustang. I have gotten the oil filter on, got it filled with oil, got the distributor cap on, got the wires all in the correct places, I believe. Put some more fuel in it. So I believe we're just about ready to go here. CAM manufacturer instructions are to fire it up and run it between 25 and 3,000 RPM for 20 to 30 minutes. So we're gonna try to do that. That's kind of hard. When you got something, we've been through so much trouble trying to get it to run like this, we don't really know if it's going to run right or whatever. So I'm gonna have to try to tweak on it to try to get it to run correctly in that range, you know. So hopefully it'll go smoothly, but yeah, stay tuned. It's a hot Mississippi day. I'm kind of trying to beat the rain right now. If we can get it run, broke in, and then maybe I can take it for a drive. All right, guys, so I think we got everything about ready to test it out. We're going to spin it a little bit and try to prime up some oil pressure and some fuel pressure and check for leaks. See what happens.
Sure it's in park.
Everything's in park. Sorry, it's fogging up. All right, ready? I got the ignition and everything off, so. Got one little fuel leak. I can smell it. I didn't show any oil pressure yet, but I mean, I don't know. It was kind of working before.
There might be enough paint on that darn stud that it ain't connected to.
All right, so we spun it over and made sure we got fuel to the car, and I didn't see oil pressure come up, but my gauge is kind of questionable, but I think it should have it, so it should be all good there. He's finishing turning some rotors real quick and then put on the ignition, and we're gonna see if it'll fire on up. So we have one little fuel leak right at the carb. He's got that fixed, so yeah, pretty excited to hear this thing run, and hopefully it'll stay running and we can rip it a little bit. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right, ignition on. The oil pressure did come up. It's probably almost halfway up that little gauge, and it never read that high.
It ain't gonna run, just crank it right and see.
All right, with ignition. All right, guys, we're back here with the Mustang. Got it back on the rack. Dad pretty much told me the other day, like, we were trying to get it, get that cam broke in and stuff. We just can't get the freaking thing to run right. It's just doing all kind of crazy stuff. It's got a tap in the bottom end, or somewhere. It's a pretty loud tap coming from it. I'm gonna take the oil pan off of it, and we kind of fear the worst, fear there may be an issue with it. I started draining the oil and managed to spill it everywhere. So I'm getting this drained out. I got to take the little cross member off, and I'm hoping the oil pan will drop on out after that. So we'll drop it off, and then once it's out of there, then we can look and just see if there's any bearings trying to spin or anything like that, anything that's eating itself, and then we'll know one way or another, and then I can kind of go from there. But hoping for the best, but this is definitely a suspicion, so I was hoping maybe we could get away with it. What'd you think? What's the verdict?
You probably don't want to hear it. Well, we kind of didn't know nothing about this motor anyway.
Yeah, that one's...
In the day, we used to call it a gobbler, a turkey gobbler.
Oh, that ain't even the same one that I found last night.
This motor, I mean, you can see the pistons and all look new. It looks like it probably was a rebuilt short block or something. This one back here cutting up.
Yeah, you can see the...
A lot of slack in that one.
That one might, it looks worse. But it did last night wherever it was sitting at. Oh shit.
Yeah, see that one right there? It was hammering. There's another one. I mean, I've seen them worse, but that ain't gonna do it. It just, they ain't gotta be worse. If it's bad, it's bad. And this is bad. You can hear a little bit of compression. That had good compression now.
Yeah, that's what was weird about it. Is, I mean, we knew it was acting.
Every one of them is knocking. Every one of them knocking. So I'm wondering if it just wasn't a cheap short block or something like that.
Yeah.
Clearances, whoever built it, the clearances, none of the clearances are right.
Really not long after I started actually, like the time where I actually put some miles on this car, not long after that, it started making that tapping noise.
Which you can see how clean the rods and all look. I mean,
it looks good.
It looks like it has been a rebuild at one time.
Oh well.
Oh well. It's still in one piece.
Yeah.
It didn't sling it all out.
It was going to though.
Oh yeah,
if it'd have run right this past week, it was going.
But like I say, it was just so weird. It would sit there and run so good, and then just start going crazy. We fought it all the way. Everything from the gas tank to the ignition to the carburetor, to cam, you name it. And still had good oil pressure and everything. Though that's what's so weird about it.
Yeah.
But I knew the last time we had it run, I heard something. I finally got it running good enough I could hear something in the bottom end. I suspected this. So it ain't all the way junk, but it's close to it.
Yeah.
It's no good like it is right now. It is junk.
All right, guys. So that's not really the news that I wanted to hear on this thing, but I mean, it is what it is. I knew the car needed some work. We didn't know anything about this engine whenever we got it, and it just kind of, I bought the car not running, so we really didn't even expect the car to run at all. We figured we would have to put an engine in it. And this one did run, and I did get some miles out of it, you know, but it was eating itself, obviously, that whole time. So anyway, now's the time to pay the piper, as it were. So we'll get this thing I got one backup plan and maybe another plan C too, just in case. So we'll try to figure out where to go from here, what's going to be the most economical way to get it back going. And like I said, if I'm going to do it, I'd like to at least make a little more power than it does now, so that's another consideration. So we'll just kind of see where it goes. But thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications whenever I post new videos. It's always every week, so be sure to check back, and we'll be back on this thing. It may be a little bit, I gotta try to get my funds and everything appropriated, and we'll be back on it soon enough. And but we'll see you guys next week with something different.